Once upon a time, a widow had an only son whose name was Aladdin. They were very poor and lived from hand to mouth, though Aladdin did what he could to earn some pennies by picking bananas in faraway places. One day, as he was looking for wild figs in a grove some way from the town, Aladdin met a mysterious stranger. This smartly dressed, dark-eyed man, with a trim black beard and a splendid sapphire in his turban, asked Aladdin an unusual question. "Come here, boy," he ordered. "How would you like to earn a silver penny?" "A silver penny?" exclaimed Aladdin. "Sir, I'd do anything for that kind of payment. I'm not going to ask you to do much. Just go down that manhole. I'm much too big to squeeze through myself. If you do as I ask, you'll have your reward." The stranger helped Aladdin lift the manhole cover, for it was very heavy. Slim and agile as he was, the boy easily went down. His feet touched stone, and he carefully made his way down some steps. He found himself in a large chamber. It seemed to sparkle, though dimly lit by the flickering light of an old oil lamp. When Aladdin's eyes became used to the gloom, he saw a wonderful sight: trees dripping with glittering jewels, pots of gold and caskets full of priceless gems. Thousands of precious objects lay scattered about. It was a treasure trove. Unable to believe his eyes, Aladdin was standing dazed when he heard a shout behind him. "The lamp! Put out the flame and bring me the lamp!" Surprised and suspicious, for why should the stranger, out of all such a treasure, want only an old lamp? Aladdin wondered. Perhaps he was a wizard. He decided to be on his guard. Picking up the lamp, he retraced his steps up to the entrance. "Give me the lamp," urged the wizard impatiently. "Hand it over," he began to shout, thrusting out his arm to grab it, but Aladdin cautiously drew back. "Let me out first." "Too bad for you," snapped the stranger, slamming down the manhole cover, never noticing that, as he did so, a ring slid off his finger. A terrified Aladdin was left in pitch darkness, wondering what the wizard would do next. Then he noticed the ring. Aimlessly putting it on his finger, he twisted it round and round. Suddenly the room was flooded with a rosy light, and a great genie with clasped hands appeared on a cloud. "At your command, sire," said the genie. Now astounded, Aladdin could only stammer, I want to go home." In a flash he was back in his own home, though the door was tightly shut. "How did you get in?" called his mother from the kitchen stove the minute she set eyes on him. Excitedly, her son told her of his adventures. "Where's the silver coin?" his mother asked. Aladdin clapped a hand to his brow, for all he had brought home was the old oil lamp. "Oh, mother, I'm so sorry. This is all I've got." "Well, let's hope it works. It's so dirty." And the widow began to rub the lamp. Suddenly, out shot another genie in a cloud of smoke. "You've set me free after centuries. I was a prisoner in the lamp, waiting to be freed by someone rubbing it. Now I'm your obedient servant. Tell me your wishes." And the genie bowed respectfully, awaiting Aladdin's orders. The boy and his mother gaped wordlessly at this incredible apparition. Then the genie said with a hint of impatience in his voice, "I'm here at your command. Tell me what you want. Anything you like." Aladdin gulped, then said, Bring. His mother, not having yet begun to cook the dinner, went on to say, "A lovely big meal." From that day on, the widow and her son had everything they could wish for: food, clothes, and a fine home, for the genie of the lamp granted them everything they asked him. Aladdin grew into a tall, handsome young man, and his mother felt that he ought to find himself a wife, sooner or later. One day, as he left the market, Aladdin happened to see the Sultan's daughter Halima in her sedan chair being carried through the streets. He only caught a fleeting glimpse of the princess, but it was enough for him to want to marry her. Aladdin told his mother, and she quickly said, "I'll ask the Sultan for his daughter's hand. He'll never be able to refuse. Wait and see." And indeed the Sultan was easily persuaded by a casket full of big diamonds to admit the widow to the palace. However, when he learned why she had come, he told the widow that her son must bring proof of his power and riches. This was mostly the Chamberlain's idea, for he himself was eager to marry the beautiful black-eyed Sultan's daughter. "If Aladdin wants to marry Halima," said the Sultan, "he must send me 40 slaves tomorrow. Every slave must bring a box of precious stones, and 40 Arab warriors must escort the treasure." Aladdin told his mother, and she quickly said, "I'll ask the Sultan for his daughter's hand. He'll never be able to refuse. Wait and see." And indeed the Sultan was easily persuaded by a casket full of big diamonds to admit the widow to the palace. However, when he learned why she had come, he told the widow that her son must bring proof of his power and riches. This was mostly the Chamberlain's idea, for he himself was eager to marry the beautiful black-eyed Sultan's daughter. "If Aladdin wants to marry Halima," said the Sultan, "he must send me 40 slaves tomorrow. Every slave must bring a box of precious stones, and 40 Arab warriors must escort the treasure."